Donkey Kong, first member of the DK crew. Now he's a handsome dude. May or may not have committed a few war crimes, but hey, look at that horde, now that could make a man blush. While he is a great ape, I, like many others, have my concerns about Donkey Kong Bananza. I know what you're thinking. My problem with the game has something to do with how young Pauline is, or where this fits in the timeline, or where the hell King K. Rool is. No, that's not the real problem with Donkey Kong Bananza. My problem with Donkey Kong Bananza is, why is Donkey Kong eating rocks? A monkey even digest a rock? Now, I'm a huge Nintendo fan, but I haven't played many Donkey Kong games. They were just a little before my time, so if I miss anything obvious or say something stupid, I apologize. First, I had to familiarize myself with all of the games. I ended up watching over 20 hours of DK gameplay at 2x speed, and scoured so many wiki pages that my brain is now banana soup. The games that I am focusing on in this video are the Donkey Kong Countries, the Lands, Donkey Kong 64, and a couple of spin-offs. We will be starting with the countries. While DK is only playable in the first game, it is safe to assume that the other Kongs likely eat the same food as him, even though they are smaller, slower, and weaker. So I will take all of the games into consideration. All of the countries share various collectibles like bananas, banana bunches, coins, Kong tiles, balloons, various Animal Buddy tokens. And speaking of Animal Buddy tokens, can I just say Espresso has some sweet kicks? And I'm happy to see that they are making a return in Bananza in a big way. There are also some collectibles unique to each game, like Creme coins and Bear coins. Speaking of those, I wouldn't be surprised if someone is grifting with one of them as a crypto at this point. The first instance of a unique edible entity is this giant banana that the bosses drop after being defeated. Looking at them, they resemble a large banana, as you can see here compared to a banana for scale. This is just a bigger banana. There is no crystallization in sight, so while it's on the board, it's there in disgrace for not being what we were looking for. Bad banana. Huh? Why are balloons on the board? Well, you see, when people release their balloons into the sky, they land in the water, and the sea life will eat them, so that's why they're on the board. Please do not release your balloons. Next, in Donkey Kong Country 2, I didn't see any new edible entities, but I do have a serious question to ask. When speaking to Swanky Kong, he says Bonanza, not Bananza. Is this Bananza a retcon to the lore of Donkey Kong? Is it too late to patch Donkey Kong Country 2? Did they already change it in the Nintendo Online Service version? I digress. One thing I did notice is that on the honey-based levels, when the Kongs hold onto the wall, they appear to be lapping up the honey and slurping it down. So honey will be going onto the edible entity board. Finally, moving on to Donkey Kong Country 3, we find... Who is this Kong? Kiddy Kong? He's a freak! I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, I hate the way that you dress. One of the items that was added was the green banana, which might make a Kong's tummy upset. However, they are just bananas but green, so I'm putting them on the board. They also added banana birds into this game. Its skin is literally peeling off. It must be an eternal agony. Now, during my viewing of Donkey Kong Country 3, I didn't see any Kongs actively eating the banana birds, but if it was sleeping, I think a hungry Kong could get confused, so I'm going to put it up on the board for that reason. Also, it's probably good to be putting them out of their misery. An interesting thing about these banana birds, they're found in caves surrounded by different colored crystals. Not only are they surrounded by crystals, they themselves are trapped within a crystal. In order to let them out, you have to hit the other crystals in a specific order. Now, I don't want to come to a conclusion too quickly here, but suppose the Kongs missed a few of the banana birds, maybe millions of banana birds, and they were trapped in their crystal confines for eternity. Is it possible they could transform into the delicious Banandium Gems that we see in Donkey Kong Bananza? I'm not sure. One thing I can say for sure, in DK Bananza, one of the collectibles that you gather are fossils, and in order to find them, you have to look for a map item. On that map, it depicts the Northern Cremisphere. DK Bananza takes place underground, so it is likely that this game takes place below the Northern Cremisphere. Why would we get maps leading to fossils showing the Northern Cremisphere if that is not where we are located? And just to be clear, Donkey Kong Country 3 takes place in the Northern Cremisphere. I will now be moving on to the Donkey Kong Land games. I'm just going to give a brief overview. There was nothing different. I wasted my time. On to Donkey Kong 64. Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Add them to the board! This game is making it easy. Huh? What do you mean the playthrough is 12 hours long? Come on, man. In Donkey Kong 64, there was the usual bananas to pick up. In addition to them, there was a color-matched variant for each of the additional Kongs in the game. And finally, golden bananas. The first instance of a material that seems inedible. Gold leaf is edible, so I imagine gold bananas would be fine too, but is only the peel gold? Has there been any peeled golden bananas to see the interior? I could not find an instance of any of the Kongs ripping open and eating a golden banana in DK64. In the end credits, we see Donkey Kong messing with a golden banana, but all of the other banana peels strewn around are all just from regular bananas. There is not a single shiny, slimy peel. In addition to that, when DK or one of his crew pick up a golden banana, they just do a little dance, and then it disappears into the air. Whereas in Bonanza, Donkey Kong absolutely pummels the Banandium Gem and then eats the whole thing, peel and all. There are also crystal coconuts, which kind of resemble the Banandium Gems, but again, it does not appear that they are used for eating. The Kongs just run over them to increase the timer for their abilities. I suppose that this could be interpreted as eating, but similar to golden bananas, I have never found one cracked open. Finally, the last two games I will be looking at are DK King of Swing and DK Jungle Climber. In DK King of Swing, there are bananas and crystal coconuts. Nothing really interesting here. But Jungle Climber is where things get interesting. In Jungle Climber, DK meets this cryptid named Zananab, who flies around in a banana UFO and goes on and on about crystal bananas. These appear to be very similar to Banandium Gems, but they are not the exact same. First, the crystal bananas are Gem Bobems with superpowers. This is very similar to the crystal coconuts. Both appear to be for power, not for eating. Second, they have a green stem rather than the white stem on the Banandium Gems. Over the course of the game, different Kremlings harness the crystal bananas, and it appears to fuse with the user. When King K. Rool uses it, however, he ends up swallowing it. He doesn't crunch it down and chew on it, it just shrinks down to a smaller size to allow him to scarf it down whole, and when it comes back out, it is whole again. Now, these crystal bananas allow a transformation to take place with whoever fuses with them. And in Donkey Kong Bonanza, Donkey Kong also does have transformations, but it is in relation to the Bananergy meter, not specifically the Banandium Gems. When DK's Bananergy meter is out, he has to find gold to fill it back up, but if he breaks a Banandium Gem, it also will fill the meter. So, could Banandium Gems just be golden bananas crystallized? There is also the fact that there appears to only be 5 crystal bananas, significantly less than the amount needed for this game. Now you might be saying, Lamb, why aren't you discussing Tropical Freeze and Returns? Well, I haven't played them yet, and if I really enjoy Bonanza, I'll probably go back to play those two games as they're on the Switch. I briefly looked at their Wikipedia pages and I didn't see anything to add to the board. So, as someone who has not played many Donkey Kong games, what is my conclusion as to what the Banandium Gems are? Are they just crystal bananas? Are they banana birds forever stuck in their crystals, slowly morphing into banana-shaped gems that retain the lovely banana flavor? Or are they golden bananas from Donkey Kong 64 surrounded in a delicious, sugary coating? Truthfully, I think it's just a new collectible and sunk hours of time into learning about a gaming franchise I didn't know much about, and all I can really say is I'm leaving sad that my childhood self never had the joy of Donkey Kong in his life. I now understand why so many people loved King K. Rool, and I hope he's in Bonanza. He's an amazing character. I see why people care about the timeline, because there are so many other cool and funny characters that should never be sidelined, and I hope that this Donkey Kong game makes all Donkey Kong fans happy. As a longtime Nintendo fan turned new Kong head, I am ready to go bananas in Bonanza, and if King K. Rool isn't there, I'm going to freak the If you made it to the end, thank you very much. Please consider subscribing. I will be doing a playthrough of Donkey Kong Bonanza on this channel, so if you're interested in watching, please subscribe. And let me know how I can make my videos better. This is my second produced video, and I think it's significantly better than the first one, but just let me know if you have any ideas of what I can change. Thank you.